You're getting ready to fight Dillon Danis here in a little bit.
Yes.
You guys have some history. You hit him in the face in a parking lot, and now you guys are finally fighting. You're going to fight him in MMA.
So I got to approach this fight as this man is trying to with my life. So my mindset needs to go in there like, hey, bro, I got to do it.
You know, tell us about your training with Jake Paul, when that was, how much sparring you did with him.
Me and Jake go blow to blow. It was just one of those, like, bro, he was whooping ass and sending them home.
Would you rather rematch Floyd Mayweather in bare knuckle or in dirty boxing?
You know, Floyd like to run around and try to box and try to look off. I want to be able to grab your ass.
And then Jake Paul is fighting Anthony Joshua. If we could get your opinion on these two matchups, I mean, that would be great. Boom. Welcome back to Overdogs podcast. We're here and we're making headlines, you know, talking about the money that I spend to protect the world, apparently, this country. And, you know, just so we can be happy playing Arc Raiders, man. Jump on the Arc. Some poor innocent bystander who was saying, don't. And keep it moving. Run those pockets. Apparently, I got to run a lot more pockets next year. So, you know, plans ahead. We got a great one in store for you today. Some interesting characters coming on, and I'm excited for it. Yeah, I'm rocking the business suit today. You know, I'm feeling like money because I owe so much money. Debt is good. You know, debt can be good. The more debt you have in America, it seems like could be the richer you are. So you should just have a bunch of debt and just try to buy a bunch of properties and have all this debt stacked up against you. And then eventually in 20 years, you might have some money.
There you go.
That's you know, that's what I hear. That's what I'm being told. That's what I've been working on, actually. I put the plans in place. We've mapped it all out. And apparently we still miss some things. So maybe if you guys saw my tweet, you understand what I'm talking about. If you didn't, thanks for keeping up with Overdogs podcast. Thanks for your comments and, you know, thanks for the support. And thanks to the haters, man. Thanks for watching. And, yeah, more violence, more blood to come. Red suit, it works on your boy. What's up, Mac? What's good with you?
Well, you know, like we were just saying, just combat sports in general, basketball, football, no baseball. We got hockey, and then we got Arc Raiders. So
my boy is staying up to date on all the sports.
Yeah.
I'm mostly into combat sports. Khamzat Chimaev gets the takedown against John Jones. Comments were good that people are on Jones' side, that he was laughing and playing and he wasn't taking it serious as he needed to. Khamzat's a very serious character. Fantastic wrestling, probably the best wrestling in the UFC. And, you know, when Jones ain't in there. And Khamzat, you know, I'm seeing videos of him saying he likes John. He thinks John is great. He trained so much with Alexander Gustafsson. And he knows that if John can finish that guy, you know, he said he those monsters, whatever monsters there may be in this world that we have chasing us around in the dark or under our bed, John Jones those monsters. Much respect to the GOAT. And Khamzat, I said it before and someone told me I was crazy. It was too early to say it, but I said Khamzat's the only one I see on the John Jones trajectory. He's been that unstoppable. I mean, and I also see other videos. It goes to show you how great Gilbert Burns is. I mean, he's a third-degree black belt. Last time I knew, that might have been a couple years ago. He might be more now. Gilbert Burns is that serious that he had the best fight that Khamzat's had. He, you know, Khamzat still got the win in that, and it was just a barn burner that we all like to see. And now Khamzat is too smart. He knows what he's good at, and he did it to DDP. Became the middleweight champion when he started off fighting at welterweight. I mean, the first guy to really make that transition from welterweight to middleweight. And I mean, damn near 25 minutes of control time against DDP, who was this obnoxiously strong guy that nobody had seen anyone like that before. And then Khamzat just did what he does. So, you know, much respect to those fighters in the fight game. You know,
Let's jump from John Jones to Gable. Dude, Gable Sunday night. What the Bro, the second that happened, I was like, he just literally double-legged an unconscious body.
I saw that. That was a really good one. Yeah, a lot of people like that one. You know, he stepped it up since jumping over the dirty boxing ropes, and then he knocks someone out and then takes down their unconscious body. That was super cool. John Jones says Gable Steveson is going to be the best heavyweight in the world in the next 14 months. Mark his words. You know, and we've seen nothing but outstanding performances out of him, no matter where he fought at. So shout out to Gable. He is quite the talent. And I'm enjoying just being a fan of combat sports at the moment. You know what I mean? So, you know, maybe that's where my future's headed. I'm just going to be a fan. I'm going to be a normal guy, be left alone, be in the crowd. People won't even notice me. Maybe I'll have a hat on. They always seem to see this, though. They always seem to be like, Mike Perry?
Is that
I'm like this, and they're like, Mike Perry? Everybody, oh, you look familiar.
I'm just a guy, bro.
I'm just a guy, bro.
No, Arc Raider out here.
Just a guy. No, you're the baddest, bro. Oh, yeah. King of Violence.
Did you watch the card this weekend? It was early.
Yes. I watched the main card. I saw Jack Hermanson coming in at 170. Can't believe he made that weight cut. And then, boom. Out cold. Lights gone. Got hit in the ear, flash, knockout, unconscious. By, you know, Yoel Romero picked all of the Russian wrestlers on that card. I did have some belief that Dan Hooker was going to do better than he did, but then Armin started throwing strikes and showed his power there, and then he got smart, took the fight where it needed to go, and crushed Dan Hooker. So congrats to Armin on a great performance there. He got the job done well. And what was another one? There was the co-main.
So one that was like I want to talk about for sure is Kyoji Horiguchi. He's back after 9 years. 9 years he's away.
Right, I saw his stats about 9 years off in other companies. And then he came in and beat a Dagestani wrestler.
Number 11 ranked, yeah. Like
Yeah,
made it
man.
look. He beat the out of him.
Shout out to the guys that have been in the game like that, putting in their dues.
Speaking of that, Volkan Oezdemir came out and knocked out Menafield in like 2 minutes, and he fought for the title like 9 years ago.
Menafield looks like that guy who started the trend of pouring the blue water in the bowl and doing it on his face, and then he was running with DJ Khaled, and he raced against Speed. That's when he started.
He does look like him, kind of, bro.
He does look like Menafield. That's what I think of when I think of him. Yeah. So it was good to see Udesmeyer come back strong like that. Udesmeyer looks like you know the X-Men movie where they show Deadpool when he's got the swords in his hand, but it's Deadpool and they don't call him Deadpool, and he doesn't have his bodysuit on, and it's just his naked face when he wakes up in the reactor and he's fighting Wolverine on top of the nuclear plant.
Yeah.
That's Deadpool, right? You knew that?
Pretty accurate, yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty accurate.
You know, I try to follow along in that.
I thought you were going to say Buff
fantasy
Professor
stuff.
X or something. But
I love knowing those silly facts. Like, oh, that's Deadpool. You didn't know that. Otis Meyer looks like Deadpool.
What was the other one? Oh, then Ian Gary, of course.
Yes, Ian Gary against Bilal Muhammad. That's right. Ian Gary was smart. He looked sharp coming out, but Bilal started throwing some stuff there mid fight, like early second round. but then Gary fixed it up. They both, are more significant in their grappling abilities. I said before the fight, the fact that Protez is out here slaying people and Gary got a good win against him, that was a big plus, even though Protez was on him in the 5th round, which was crazy. And then, Bilal and Gary can grapple, so they didn't grapple. They just struck with each other. And they were throwing head kicks. Gary looked fast, sharp off the jab. He's pretty lanky. I was talking with my mom. I was like, man, these UFC welterweights are so big. Like, I remember gambling in Las Vegas, and Bilal was there. Bilal's a lot bigger than me. I'm like the smallest welterweight that was ever in the UFC.
That reminds me, I saw something. It's on top. Dude, I was watching Dan Hooker. Dude, Dan Hooker. So they have like a whole on UFC Fight Pass, Dan Hooker versus Dustin Poirier. They have like a special episode recapping the fight and everything.
That fight was crazy.
Yes. So I went back to watch it right before the thing. And there's like a whole lead up to it, like where they're getting ready in the locker rooms and everything. Like it's a more cinematic type of like fight replay. And guess who's like featured in the beginning of it the whole time while Poirier's getting ready? He's watching you fight. Yeah. It literally has you dancing and doing your thing. And
that was when I fought Mickey Gall?
Gall, that's right.
Yeah.
Yes. Like, dude, it literally is not. It's got you right there. Dustin Poirier watching you getting ready to go out there and bang with Dan.
Oh, that's what's up, man. And they did too. They clobbered each other. Both of them clobbered each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a crazy one.
I just thought it was like perfect. Like, of course they like feature again. They weren't doing it for anybody else, but it was like part of like the build up. Poirier watching you, and they were talking about you. It was funny, dude. Yeah.
That's what's up, man. Shout out to the UFC, man. Your boy, I tried to make my mark in there. It's definitely a tough game to make your mark in. Tough organization to make your mark in. Make any mark in. And I did, people try to take it away from me, but I made some noise over there, and that's really cool. I can take that with me. And then now I'm, the bare knuckle stuff is popping. And now people are excited to see me in DBX someday, throw some elbows, I myself included. So,
Well, there was a David Feldman saying that he's going to blow our tits off with an announcement possibly of your next fight. Anything you can tell me about that?
No, there's really nothing I can tell you about that. There was one name I thought it was. I spoke with Ice Bags. He gave me a name, and then I was like, well, I have no idea who it's going to be then, because that's not the name I was thinking. And, I don't know. I don't know who it's going to be. No matter who it is, people are going to hate, because that's what they do. If Jake Paul lands a punch on Anthony Joshua, I don't want to hear nothing. Otherwise, karma.
Yeah.
Karma for punching on platinum like that, Anthony Joshua. I'm excited to watch. Either Jake Paul does decent or something, I don't know, lands a jab and runs, or Joshua's cleaning clocks.
I don't get the idea. I don't understand how you go from Gervonta Davis to Joshua, because it's like the Gervonta Davis thing, obviously like a circus fight. Like, what was even the point of that? I just don't get how you go without there being stipulations in the contract. Like, how do you go from that being a fight to legit fighting AJ? Like, who advised him, oh, this is a good idea, if it's a straight up fight? Like, he just accepted his fate and all these other people have been calling out forever. I just don't get it. Do you really think he's going to go through with it? Like, do you get what I mean, dude?
I do get what you mean, but like, that's what's so weird about the game nowadays. It's like, if you're a good fighter, you should be prepared to fight. I mean, even back in the day, I remember Lyoto Machida fighting BJ Penn overseas in Pride at 205. BJ Penn fought at 205. How much did he weigh? Did he make the weight? I couldn't even make 200.
I think he did, yeah.
Yeah.
Or around it, 195.
I need to eat more. Boo. I eat, dog. I can eat sometimes. Sometimes I can't. Sometimes I get full. Other times I can eat a lot. We had hibachi today. It was good. And my kids were loving the fire, the tornado, volcano, the choo-choo train. The guy was singing Lady Gaga, rah, rah, rah. Rah, 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 rah. Funny. Oh, good stuff. What else do we got, man? Before our first guest comes in here,
Well,
I'm
what culture makes the best food? Platinum, Mike Perry. I'd say it's the Japanese by far.
It depends, dude. Like, I definitely love some Wagyu. I just had Wagyu and lobster at the hibachi, and it was really good. And with the yum sauce, it's good stuff. The noodles, the rice, the sushi. But then sometimes, Japanese pretty good.
Mexicans, dude.
I mean,
Mexicans.
good home cooked meal. Yeah. My wife does a great job, but she mixes up. I don't know where each dish is from. It's just home, and it's good.
Yeah.
It depends. There's lots of good meals. Sometimes you want Italian. Sometimes you want Japanese. Sometimes you want American. You want a cheeseburger or some
wings.
fried chicken. What else?
I think Italian is completely overrated though because
I
it's
like
just
a
not
Brazilian
spicy.
steakhouse.
Yeah, oh, see that fucks. Yeah.
I like a Brazilian steakhouse. I know they got one out there in Albuquerque we used to go to.
Tucanos, yep.
Tucanos, man. Shout out Brazilian steakhouse. What else? Yeah, there's other kinds of food.
Indian food's pretty good.
Indian?
Yeah.
No, Arab. I like Arab food.
Yeah.
Indian, I feel like bubble guts for sure.
Yeah, it'll get you. It can get you.
I definitely like some chicken tiki masala.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's pretty good.
Hell
Yep. Dang, food, man.
Have you started Christmas shopping for Ocean and the kids yet?
No, we just took our family pictures. Family platinum Christmas cards coming soon, and got a couple gifts off of Instagram. I see some cool stuff on Instagram, so I get them for the kids. If I get something, it's like I get 2 of them, so the kids don't even bother arguing over it. They each get one. They'll still find a way. Ideas. I'm gonna get the family some bikes. All of us go ride bikes in the neighborhood. Getting some stuff done to the house and to the backyard so that, we can enjoy our views and everything I've built for over here. That home life still has to level up to where we're really comfortable here. Not just having to leave the house to get the kids out of the house to do something. Got to get more outside wild with it. More activities outdoors. And I got, I saw the little toys here and there on Instagram. Got those. Definitely it's easy for the young kids, though. Go to Walmart, spend a couple $100. You can get them some stuff. Figure it out. We buy toys all year long anyways. It's like every day is somebody's birthday or Christmas. Mm-hmm. So I'm fortunate for that we have that and money. The bills are paid, but always got to make more. And in my line of duty, that could mean bleed for it.
Do you think it's gonna be like the last time? Looking for a fight, you just got dragged along, or do you think it's gonna be more streamlined this time? Like they'll probably have like someone signed or lined up to fight you sooner. Or is it going to be another frustrating process of sit and wait?
That's a good question. Last year was like on January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. Yeah, and then I finally got October. So it's moved once already. And, I don't know. It has to make sense for them. Looks like maybe our guest is here. All right, bring him on in.
Ain't nothing but a gangster party. What's up with it, man?
Anthony Taylor looking little heavy, little on the
Yeah,
heavier side.
I'm about 200 pounds. About
Really?
200. Yeah. I got
Since
to cut about 25 pounds, to be honest.
oh wow, since would you fight Darren Till at 195?
Man, bruh, yeah, pretty much heavyweight. I mean, to
Cruiserweight,
be
that's what they
honest,
call it.
cruiserweight, but the way that came about, I should have never even took that fight because I took everything on his terms. I didn't fly into Manchester until Thursday,
Can't
so
do that though.
jet lag.
Man.
Right. So I was jet lag as hell. I took the fight on a 2 weeks notice. The dude was like, "Oh, we fight at 195." I said, "Let's do it at 180." But this is what happens when you try to make that stupid ass decision to try to be a team player.
I mean, I'm one who believes in getting the fight is always worth it for the fighter. You know what I mean? You're the one that's willing to
Yeah.
step up, step in the ring, no matter what anyone says online. You get in the ring, you fight, and you try.
Right. And first thing first, Mike, thanks for having me on your show, bro. I know we had our back and forth, but it's all for show. Until they give us that check and right on the dotted line, then it's good to go. But other than that, man, I appreciate you having me on your show, man. It's a pleasure.
Thanks, Anthony. You're welcome, man. It's good to have you. You got big things coming. You're getting ready to fight Dillon Danis here in a little bit.
Yes, yes.
You guys have some history. You hit him in the face in a parking lot, and now you guys are finally fighting. You're going to fight him in MMA when you've been influencer boxing. Where's your head at in all of this? You're finally fighting Danis after the street fight,
Yeah.
and it's MMA. How are you going to shut down his submission game?
Well, when I came into the whole MMA Bellator scene, I started off as a wrestler. One of my things was I was always easy to get tapped. So, I took 2 years just to work on my submission game. So that's what I did as a wrestler. So being an MMA fighter, when your bread and butter is wrestling, you're not so confident in striking. So when I got to MVP with Jake Paul and when I got to Misfits, I was able to gain that confidence of striking. So now bringing that confidence of striking to the element of my wrestling, I shouldn't have to worry about Dillon because this sprawl, underhooks, keep it sitting. We all know Dillon sucks when it comes to striking. He's exceptional when it comes to his grappling. But at the end of the day, Mike, this ain't jiu-jitsu. This is MMA. Elbows is being allowed, punches, all this stuff. This ain't the damn jiu-jitsu where they just slapping. How they just slap each other and try like we ain't slapping, bro. But I train with the best. You know how it is. If you want to be the best, Mike, you gotta train with the best. You out there in Miami, so you train with some badass fighters out there, which I know you do. So I train with Antonio McKee, AJ McKee. So I'm used to training with straight grapplers, people like Joey Davis and those guys.
Okay, that's great. You got a good plan ahead. You're bringing the fight to Dillon, and I mean, there's a lot of news happening in Misfits. This isn't just Misfits boxing because they got an MMA title. You're fighting him for the title, and you guys have a new CEO. What are your thoughts on, how was KSI as a CEO, and what do you think about the world champion kickboxer Andrew Tate as the CEO of Misfits?
I mean, he can be the CEO as well, as long as it ain't affecting our checks, then I'm good with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can be
It
the
affect them
CEO.
positively.
Right. Like, he can be the CEO of Lego, CEO of Toys R Us. As long as you getting that paycheck and it's going up, I don't care. I get it. Andrew Tate has a big name, a big following, obviously, but you can't take credit from Andrew Tate. He put in the work. He got to where he's at because he put in the work. I will never disregard a man who got to where he's at just because he put in the work. That's called haters. That's called being an effing hater. I'm not a hater. Like, if you became successful and rich, that's because you sacrificed. He sacrificed. Obviously, he got a lot of money where he's at. And look, he's the CEO of Misfits. Now, if I have the opportunity, I'm sure, Mike, you have the opportunity to get a piece of Misfits, you'll definitely do it. You got Dirty Boxing, which is freaking successful. Everybody's talking about it. Every time something happens, it's going viral. You know, I've been keeping tabs of Dirty Boxing, like, because as a business owner as well as far as Creator Fight League, I gotta watch and see what the competition is doing. You're doing something that's so successful, somebody's trying to steal it. Still the formula. What can we do to make it look like bare knuckle boxing? Okay, what can we do for this to make it look like dirty boxing? You're adding to the game. You know what they say? If you can't fix it, just add things to it. You know that
I never
you're
heard
adding
that
to
one.
the game.
I never heard that one.
And that's where creative mind comes from. You're adding something to that. Dirty boxing is just a brilliant way of marketing how you're doing it.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's a fun game. I think it's very Mike Perry style of fighting. You know, I didn't really see. I only saw highlights of you versus Darren Till. I know it was you went 6 rounds with him, or you went down in the 6th. Was he much bigger than you expected him to be? And what were some things you didn't expect? Was it the southpaw stance? Was it the left hand?
Right.
What did he do to have success?
You know, it's one of those things when it's like saying Mike Perry's fighting at 170 in the UFC and he goes up to fight at 205. You're fighting a guy who's walking around naturally, like especially Darren Till in his UFC days, fought at 170, but he got up to 185 and 205. Darren Till is walking around at least 220. So I didn't expect that he was going to be that big and that heavy. Mind you, Darren Till is about 6'1", 6'2", but the weight, when you're putting on those 10-ounce gloves and you're going in there, I mean, the mindset as a fighter is like, hey, it's either but when you're actually taking those punches, you can feel the heaviness of a punch. Like, that's why they say there's weight classes for a reason. So going into that mindset with Darren Till is like, look, I know what to expect, but I didn't expect how heavy he was going to be when he's punching, when he's leaning on you. That takes a toll on your body, because the whole game plan was, okay, we got 8 rounds. We're going to move around, get in there, play, let them get tired. Okay, that was the whole game plan until we got to the 5th round. The real fight, boxing don't start till the later rounds. During that session, during the rounds, when he was hitting me, those hits accumulative took toll on my body. You know, now if I'm fighting a guy at 175 and stuff, okay, great. But you're talking about a guy who all the way down 195, who put on back all that 220 pounds. That's going to take a toll. It doesn't matter how big you are. Mind you, I had to gain 20 pounds just to make that weight. You know, you're not in optimal shape. I fight at 175. I'm at my best when I'm fighting at 175. You're not going to be at your best at 195. So going into that round, my mindset was just get them tired and then go and then step on the gas pedal. But during the whole fight with Darren Till, it was just the punches. The punches overall just took a toll on my body, saying, yo, Anthony, this is too heavy on you. But what's funny was when he caught me with that uppercut, and I'm transparent with it, he got me good. This knocked me out. He caught me with the uppercut, bam! I'm falling to the floor. I'm like, oh no. My eyes are shut. All I remember is I'm going down. Bam! My head hit the mat. I woke up. I'm telling myself, like, this Tyson fearing me. You hear is 5, 6. I put my hand behind my head to show the ref that I'm intelligently aware. I looked at the ref and said, hey, I'm going to get my 8 count. Because if you see the clip of me of him knocking me down with the uppercut, you see me doing this. So I tell the ref, just to let them know, hey, I'm aware. I see you. You see me. I said, I'm going to get my 8 count because in boxing, coaches always says, if he knocks you down, take the 8 count. Mike, you know how it is in dirty boxing.
It's
When
quick
these
though.
motherfuckers, yeah, well, motherfuckers get knocked out in bare knuckle boxing. When people get knocked down, these people be trying to get right up. When they get right up, they're like this. In boxing, you get knocked down, take the 8 count, recover. Take as much time as you recover. So I took that 8 count to recover. And that was in the 4th round. The 5th round, I got the best of him in the 5th round. 6th round is just the cumulative punching. The punches, just the toll on my body couldn't withstand the
Well,
heaviness of his
you
punches.
talk about the, there's weight classes for a difference, but this day and age, I mean, you were a training partner with Jake Paul. You did some rounds, some work with him. I don't
Right,
know how much work you did with him or when that work was. But look at him now about to fight. I mean, he was going from Tank Davis. Now he's going to fight Anthony Joshua, and there's quite a size discrepancy there.
right,
The game is changing, and we got to be prepared to fight anyone at any time, any size, I guess.
right,
So,
right.
tell us about your training with Jake Paul, when that was, how much sparring you did with him, maybe if he had a fight at that time when you were working with him, and, we're going to do some fight predictions.
Okay, now, what's crazy was all because of Twitter. I met Matt just off Twitter. Like the dude's going viral off every single thing, every tweet it is on UFC. So I'm like getting involved with Matt. I'm getting involved with the community. Jake Paul comes, you know, I'm tweeting on Twitter, Jake Paul, stop fighting these MMA fighters and come fight me. Luckily, my good old boy Donut Corby from Bloody Elbow was interviewing BJ Flores. BJ Flores was like, hey, man, I see you messaging me. I see you calling out Jake. Come to Miami and spar. I said, when? He was like, this week. I'm thinking to myself, it's Wednesday. Okay, cool. This is a time where Jake was getting ready for Benson Henderson. Now you can tell the difference of not Benson Henderson.
I was about to say, when did he fight?
Wait. This is when he was getting ready for
Ben
Ben Askren. Thank you.
Askren.
Ben Askren. So you can tell the difference of skill set from Ben Askren to where he's at now. So I fly to Miami on my own dollar, my own dime, paid for my own hotel, took the chance on myself.
Damn.
So I go there, spar. I'm doing thing. Obviously, I'm out there with one of Jorge Masvidal's guy. I forgot his name, but
Yeah, I
we
think I know
go
what
there.
you're talking about.
Yep, I'm out there with Biden Bob Ross. Me and Jake go blow to blow because when I first met him, he got out the car. I'm like, yo, this is huge. Like you can the height difference. You can tell he's taller than you, Mike. So you can
I'm
see
not
the
very
difference.
tall. I'm not tall. I'm a
Yeah,
little
but
guy.
I'm 5'6", so everybody's
Damn.
gigantic to me. Everybody's big to me. So I'm thinking, so I'm going in there, I'm sparring him, I'm giving him some good work. After he beat Ben Askren, I'm getting ready because a lot of people don't know this. I've been on call with UFC about possibly coming in as one of the people to fight Islam during the Dan Hooker stuff during COVID. Remember when UFC was looking for fighters during COVID? I was one of those fighters who's potentially going to get called up before the whole Dana White Contender Series. So before I'm getting ready for 2 fights, one with Cage Warriors and another one with Combate. Getting ready to fight. I'm on a 5-fight win streak in MMA, 7-5. BJ Flores hits me up in Miami on Instagram. He says, 5 weeks. If we like you, we'll keep you. We're going to pay you about $8,500 a week just to
Nice.
spar Jake Paul.
Nice.
I'm like, what do you need? He was like, this Sunday. This is when Jake Paul's getting ready to fight Tyrone Woodley. So
Okay.
I go out there. I get ready. I get to the house. I've been gelling on love and everybody. These guys were ready to kick my like they were
Yeah.
going to jump me, beat
Right.
my. You know me, Mike. I talk a lot on social media.
Yeah.
These guys was like,
They
"Hey,
do.
Ed, we finna beat your right now. See y'all back to the airport." I'm thinking to myself like, "Yo, these tricked me." So I said, "Hold up, before y'all beat my I mean, at least I can get my rounds with Jake Paul. Then y'all just beat me, do whatever you want. But I'm gonna go out swinging. I made them laugh. You know what? And it was like, you know what? Come in the house, get some work. So training with Jake Paul, I got to understand how he was as a fighter. He was new into the boxing scene. You know, he was developing at a very quick rate. And I tell people, what's crazy was as I got to know Jake and his mom and Logan and everybody, he started opening himself to me. He started inviting me to his house and stuff, meeting the family, having dinner. This guy trained his like we was far twice a week in the hot in Puerto Rico. I don't wish that on my worst enemy. Bad. Like Jake would work his Jake would do his strength conditioning, he would do his stretching, and this guy going to do 4 rounds with me, 4 rounds with somebody else. And remind you, me and Tyron Woodley, we had a similar build, similar size, so it makes sense why they brought me into the camp for getting him ready for the Tyron Woodley fight. So getting that experience with Jake and meeting other professional boxers was a great honor because I used to tell myself like this, Jake Paul could have brought in anybody in the world to come spar with him, but he chose me. Obviously, I'm doing something right for him wanting me to stay there and be a part of his camp. So as I'm doing my thing, Jake is paying me all this money. I'm like, man, I need to perform. I need to show up. Dude, when I tell you Jake was beating up all these professional boxers who was sparring them, it was just one of those like, bro, he was whooping and then I'm home. He was like, you know what? He had a meeting. He was like, I'm sending you home, sending you home, and sending you home. It was five of us. That same night he told everybody bluntly, I'm sending you, and home. Only person saying he's this guy, Anthony. And he was like, the reason why is coming here and giving me work that I need. None of y'all is giving me the work y'all need. I'm beating y'all get out. So he kicked him out. I ended up staying, which turned into 5 weeks and 4 months. You know what I'm saying? So that's just telling you, like, I came prepared mentally and emotionally and physically ready to spar. And then Jay gave me the opportunity because I was such a great spar partner and showing great enthusiasm. He gave me the opportunity to fight not Mike Perry. Sorry, big dog. Tommy Fury. And man, that's how everything started to the scene.
And you fought Tommy?
I fought Tommy and lost by decision.
I watched
And mind
that.
you,
Yeah, no, I watched that.
mind you, that was my second fight in boxing ever. That was, Jake's second fight. So you can see the growth of me fighting Tommy Fury to where I'm at now. You're going to need the time and experience. Now, me fighting Jake Paul in the beginning stage here in his Ben Askren, of course, you can see it's the height difference don't mean when you're fighting a big dude who's just a beginner in boxing. But when you're fighting a guy who's 14 and 15 and 0, who's a heavyweight, that difference becomes a major margin of error right there.
Yeah.
So I understood fighting Darren Till, like, okay, if this was Darren Till, if he's never fought, okay, it'd be different. But you're talking about a guy who's fought the best of the best in the UFC, who's a straight pure striker. So I understood my assignment, but I didn't understand the effects, how heavy he was, and how the punches took a toll on me.
In fairness, I don't think Luke Rockhold understood how heavy Darren Till was going to be either,
Well, Luke Rockhold, no disrespect, he's an idiot. He's horrible. Like, let's be honest, bro. I would have knocked out Luke Rockhold. Like, you have to understand when your time is up. You're chinning. You don't have a chin. If this was Yoel Romero, this would be a different fight. Yoel Romero never been knocked out. You ain't never seen Yoel just get pieced up, folded like a chair. Yoel's coming to fight. But we see every time Luke Rockhold fight, it's either I'm knocking you out or you knocking him out.
No,
Like,
I know.
Mike he showed you the formula.
Yeah, I I can't even be happy about that win anymore. But you know, I thought Luke did have a chin because I hit him with a crazy right hand and popped his teeth out, and he ate that punch, but it just hurt him. And then, you know, Darren with them gloves on, you know, Luke was kind of just there. Maybe he thought he could take the punches better because there was gloves involved.
Right. Right. The
But
reason why I was able to last longer than most of these guys, of course, Darren Stewart took them all 12 rounds. But if you watch the fight between Darren Stewart, Luke Rockhold, and me, I did more damage. Why? Yeah, that was Darren Stewart's first MMA for me boxing match. Luke Rockhold first boxing match. This was my 12th. I understood how to defend, how to throw punches and stuff. I understood that if we clinch, I know how to work myself. Luke Rockhold, the only time he was clenching was in the UFC or bare knuckle with you. But in boxing, you can't clinch. You can't dirty boxing. In boxing, you got to use your hands all. So you better know how to protect yourself. Luke had no reason being in there.
yeah,
He had no.
you definitely use that clinch in boxing though. You do hold on sometimes.
Yeah, right.
And it's
But Luke over
it's
here
a good
trying to.
MMA thing. That's how you won that Misfits belt. You held the guy on the ropes and you would break the
Exactly.
punch.
His boxing clinching. Luke over here trying to pummel and get an underhook clinch. Like, bro, this ain't MMA. Like, you can't hold on to the guy thinking you're gonna do that. And like, bro, I've never seen a guy get knocked out the way he got knocked out. Now we've seen some nasty knockouts on YouTube and like Luke got knocked out worse than Tyron Woodley.
But we got, you know, there might be a big knockout coming. I mean, between Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul, if Jake does good at all, if he lands a punch, I don't want to hear nothing. But otherwise, karma's on my side, and Anthony Joshua is going to be cleaning clocks. If they get in the ring together, if there's no injury beforehand, they get in the ring, Joshua's scary.
Well, let me add on to some, Mike. And I know Jake. Jake has somewhat of a good ring IQ.
Okay.
For Jake to survive in this match, he needs to move his legs. He needs to use every inch of the ring. Don't try to engage with him in the pocket. Don't brawl. Use your jab, move, work the jab to the body, work the jab to the top. Get a couple of rounds. Get in and get out. Because we all know Anthony Joshua is very flat-footed. And he's very heavy on the front foot. And he's not known for having a well-gassed hand. So Jake needs to just keep his distance, throw flickering jabs, and just score. That's all he needs to do. Don't try to get the big shot. When you're trying to get the big shot, that is when you get caught.
Well, so I was asking Mike about this at the beginning. I don't understand the reason why, like, he's going about this. Like, it's either unreal confidence, man, and, you know, more power to you, Jake, for going and taking that fight. But what holes are those the holes you think he sees that he can go out there and take advantage of and actually pull off a crazy, like, win like that?
Matt, if someone offered you $100 million to fight me, would you fight me for $100 million? When you, even though you know there's no way possible you're gonna win.
Yeah.
Are you gonna fight me for that $100 million when you know you're about to get knocked out?
Surprise you now.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but Matt, hey,
yeah,
at the
no,
end of
I
the,
take it. Yeah. I go for it.
I think, Jake, we can't hate on that because at the end of the day, Jake is using his platform and his followers to watch him fight big mainstream guys. It's like you're a wrestling fan, right, Matt?
Yeah, I mean, which kind?
WWE.
Yeah, it's okay. I know what
It's like saying we saw Muhammad Ali doing some wrestling stuff, or we saw Hulk Hogan and Rambo.
Rocky was in the movie.
Rocky,
Yeah.
doing that stuff is all for entertainment. Now, if you want to challenge yourself, but there's going to be consequences when you're trying to challenge yourself at a big stage. Going from Tommy Fury to Mike Perry to Anthony Joshua. Now, is it possible he's gonna win? We don't know. I can't say. I don't know what type of fight this is. I don't know what type of rules are being held in. I don't know.
I get what you're
because
saying. I get what you're saying.
yeah,
Like, so,
yeah,
well, so do you think that, so it's essentially his whole quest, I mean, because his life has been all about boxing for the last, what,
right.
almost a decade? So is this like, okay, if I lose this chapter of my life's done, but I made the bag, I got the bag? Like, what do you think if he lost? If he loses, what do you think he does next?
I think it's like playing a video game. You know how you play Fight Night before, and
Mm-hmm.
you're like, "Hey, you're not there with the skill set.
Yeah.
You can play the 14th, fight the 14th ranked guy and get about 5,000, or you can fight the number one contender and make all this money to boost up your attributes. Let me just go get the number one contender, even though I just got my starts by the number one contender.
Yeah.
A lot of it is more the confidence in building, and see where you are at. Now, let's say Jake Paul goes and he loses. I don't think we're going to get knocked out because Jake is not a type of fighter to engage into a brawl like that.
Yeah.
Let's say Jake goes in there and he loses, which he probably will by unanimous decision by a large margin. That's going to build confidence into Jake to wanting to fight a guy like Badu Jack or for the cruiserweight title. You
Yeah.
know, you're like, hey, I just stood up and went all 8 to 12 rounds. Now we don't know how many rounds these are. You know, this could be 6 rounds.
I think it's 8.
Okay. I just went 8 rounds with Anthony Joshua, who was knocking out people. Okay,
No,
I built that confidence
that's
to want to
commendable.
fight. Right. I built the confidence to want to fight for the cruiserweight tournament. I mean, cruiserweight belt. You know, so it's building that confidence. It's either you're going to do it or don't. But at the end of the day, they're getting that bad. 100 million?
I
Bro,
get
like,
you, yeah. It's like Rocky
it,
1. He just survived against Apollo Creed. Get the, confidence to go out there and maybe beat him the second time.
Yeah, and if
Let me-
you're
let me
getting
ask-
the bag, make sure all your tax preparation is in place, which Jake's team already has great tax prep in place. He lives in Puerto Rico 6 months out of the year. So, he's doing it the right way, collecting that big bag and getting to utilize it. Anthony.
Can I throw one real quick?
Yeah, please, Matt.
Yeah.
Go
Let's
ahead.
circle back to Dillon Danis. So the
Yeah.
last time I saw you, I think that had just happened. You and I were in the Dominican Republic on the beach. And I think I asked you about this. But, dude, so you obviously have been in a scrap with Dillon. It's now coming full circle. You get to fight him. But what do you think
Yes.
about, what is it about him that has people swinging on him in public places? It just happened at UFC 320.
Yeah, what's with the Russian brawl in the crowd?
What is it about Dillon?
you know, this is. You ever saw that old cartoon called Recess?
Yeah.
And he had that one kid who was just snitching on everybody. And even though we grew up, we knew it was a cartoon, but we just really wanted to punch that.
Yeah.
Dylan was that kid on Recess. Dylan talks a lot on social media. And sometimes it's to a point where it's like, hey, bro, you kind of crossing the line. Like, it's just one of those. It's like this, Mac, and Mike. It's always that one who's never been punched in the mouth, who's never been in a real fight, who talks the most. Because if you've been punched in the face or you've been in a real fight, jiu-jitsu don't count. But if you've been in a real fight and punched in the face, you ain't gonna be talking all online, bro. That's just how it is on social media. But a lot of guys, they feel comfortable behind that keyboard, and we different. Us three is different. We actually do the thing. We are prize fighters. We understand the risk of going in this fight knowing that one of us can die. But something about Dylan, he just pisses people off because he knows how to press the right buttons. And he gets personal. Like, when I'm talking to Mike, I'm talking as a fighting standpoint. I'm not getting personal, talking about his family or his kids or his wife or anybody. This is just me bantering, just being playful, talking, trying to hype up a future fight. Dylan's like, yo, I'll piss on your mama grave. Hey, I'll come to your mama job who works at this and this location. Like, come on, bro. Like, I think you kind of crossed the line right there. And when you have
All's
to get
fair.
sued,
All's fair in love and war.
right? But when you have to but if you're getting a cease and desist or potentially getting sued, you're doing something kind of disrespectful for
Yeah.
you to get sued
I
down there.
forgot
Like,
about
There's
that. What was he
litigation
getting
going on
sued
again.
for? I forgot
yeah,
about it.
yeah, man. Like, you got to be like, you just got to be careful with words because for you, like I said, like for you to get sued talking about somebody else's wife and making up all this narratives and stuff with people's jobs or livelihood, that's a serious thing. Like somebody, they out for blood type. Like you, like when Dylan was talking about exposing KSI's girlfriend on social media, it's like that woman clearly does not want to be exposed, and you're talking about threatening to expose her identity. It's like, bro, that's like stuff like that. You can't be doing that, bro. Like
What
it's
made
like
you hit him? What made you hit him back in the day?
it was just one
No,
of those things where just talked all and no one never really did anything. I wanted to be the one that did that. You know,
That's what you told me. Yeah.
and it was crazy was even though I did that, I went ahead and apologized as a man because yeah, I knew I was wrong. There are always consequences to those actions. Luckily, there weren't consequences to the action because the man could have went up and sued me for a lot of money. Obviously, like you know how it is. But at the time, I just wanted just to let the world know, like, hey, this ain't untouchable. Like I touched to the overhand right. He stepped into the overhand right. It's not like I hit him when he didn't see it. He stepped into the overhand right. But later, once down, I went ahead and apologized. Like, hey, man to man, I apologize for hitting you. I could have probably went it a different way or a different route about it, but you just want to let you know. I apologize for hitting you. But because I don't condone violence outside of combat sport unless you're getting paid for it and it's agreed by both parties. I don't feel like people should be fighting in the streets because let's say I did hit that man and that truck wasn't there and he hit his head and died. Now I
Yeah.
just threw away my life because I wanted to get a few clicks. That's how I look at it.
Let me
well,
ask
luckily it
this.
worked out, and now you guys
Exactly.
are gonna fight.
We got to give
Right.
Dylan props. Well, so leading
Yeah.
into that, since you guys are fighting, you were a stripper before all
Oh
the,
my!
like you got some holes in your past. Well, we all do. You get what I mean, though. Are you
Yeah.
concerned at all about he's gonna, start talking about you?
No, I mean, look, let him. I got nothing to hide.
Yeah.
I am a free spirit man. If it feels, if you need to do that and it makes you get clicks and views and makes it better for you, do it. I don't care. It's not at the end of the day, we're going to be at the same venue, same time, same ring, ready to go. I don't care. In this game, I like being the heel. I
Yeah.
like being bad guy. This is who I am. I grew up playing the bad guy all my life. You better, if you're dishing out to trash talking, you better be able to take the trash talking when someone dishes out to you as well. If someone's
Mhm.
going to punch you, better be able to punch back. You know, I think Dylan, with this one, Dylan has very bad, malicious intent of trying to hurt me. I know he does because he wants his get back. And when I saw his tweet, he was like, I'm going to make this guy suffer. Obviously, Mike, when you hear a jiu-jitsu guy say make a guy suffer, we know where he's going to attack. He's going to try to blow your Achilles out or a knee bar off for a whole year. I can't let this man do this to me. I got family, I got to feed, I got bills. I got to go in there with the mentality of, hey, this guy's going to try to knock you out from combat sports for a year or a career off because you snap somebody, you ain't the same no more. You tear somebody ACL, MCL, you ain't the same no more. So I got to approach the fight as this man is trying to take my life. So my mindset needs to go in there like, hey, bro, I got to kill this dude. Because if I don't try to kill this dude's going to break my legs or he's going to try to break my knee with a knee bar.
When
And
is
that's
this
the only way
matchup
how you
taking
make
place?
it.
When is it?
December 20th. December 20th.
December 20th, right before Christmas. We get to see Dillon Danis getting an MMA fight against a guy who's more trained in MMA than his last MMA opponent. He got that quick 5-second, 6-second guillotine, 15 seconds. So AT got a little bit tighter neck, so watch out for the grappling. Handle your business, and I can't wait to see the matchup. If there's anything you want to let the fans know before, and I want to thank you for your time today. It's good to see a little ugly butt, even though you always talk to me online.
Hey,
But
Mike,
you like me, where you wear your heart on your sleeve and you honest, and that's commendable. So I respect it, and you keep out here
no
fighting these
shade,
people. So do your thing.
Mike. You know why You know why I've always wanted to fight you? Because you're entertaining. You're entertaining. You bring to seats, and you are a worthy competitor. That's like there's no shades. I gotta give you your props. Me fighting you in boxing was probably going to be my toughest fight, and I always say, bro, let's fight on Misfits because I know me and you are going crush it on pay-per-views. And this is, hey, I still want this fight with you. Down the line,
Yeah.
I still let make it happen.
Yeah.
I still want this to happen. But I want to
It's
thank the
tough to
fans
know
and
where
stuff.
it should happen. I like my bare knuckle luck over there, hitting people with no gloves. I do need a win with the gloves, with the big
Yeah,
gloves.
hey, look, man, I told Philman, hey, man, pay me 250. We got to fight, player. We got to fight on bare knuckle. 250 is my answer, But other than that, I want the fans what to expect. Like, just know it's going to be a good fight with me at the victory, and I'm going to be the very first ever fighter who owns simultaneously a world title belt in boxing and a world title belt in MMA in a huge league. No one has ever done what I've done. I'm looking to make history as of now.
Let's go.
Hey, we got to take those chances where we can get them. Always history to be made. It's more important to get the fights in, like we've said, than all these people, the naysayers saying, oh, why did you even take it? Or why did you do this? Well, because you don't do anything, and I'd rather get in the ring and compete and make an attempt. So get to your bag, AT, and I look forward to seeing the fight, man. Thanks for your time.
I appreciate you, gentlemen. Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it for real. Thank you.
Never change, AT.
Absolutely never going to change. The only thing going to change that bank account, baby.
Yeah.
Let's go, dog.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen. Y'all have a good one.
Peace.
All right, AT.
Bye.
Peace. Ah, man. Well, I was a little reluctant by seeing AT. Maybe we should have been more negative towards each other, talked a little more. But, I mean, he's already got a fight in play.
Yeah.
I'm over here like I don't really feel like fighting right now because Uncle Sam is beating my. So, I said before he came on, I want to be a fan of the fight game, get to enjoy that. And Anthony Taylor, I can't wait to see them talk to each other. Him and Dillon Danis. Hopefully this fight happens. Dillon is always looking for an MMA competition, so AT showed up. He's going to give that. And interested to see if Dillon can just sub him like he does everyone else. Dillon's quick on the snatches, man. He could snatch somebody's neck, an arm, a leg, a foot. He's good with the jiu-jitsu, so
I feel
interested to see.
When we've seen these types of fighters before, like essentially Dillon Hall, see, I already gave it away. Dillon Danis is kind of like, he's like a Ryan Hall, a Kron Gracie. He's more like Ryan Hall. He just wants to, roll and grab something real quick and snap you out. But then you watch fights where guys can't get someone on the ground. Cub Swanson versus Kron Gracie. Then Ryan Hall versus, I forgot who beat his. But, like, how many block takedowns is Dillon Danis away from getting knocked out? Like, 3? If he can't get it 3 times? You know what I mean? Like, what do you think, Mike?
How many takedowns away is Dillon Danis from getting?
Like, failed takedowns, I should
Well,
say.
he's not going to stop. You know what I mean? Like,
I know,
he'll
but then
attempt
that's when...
a guard pull. In an MMA fight, in a full MMA fight, you're going to get to see... I think in this fight, Anthony Taylor can take a little bit more punishment.
Yeah.
Maybe he can get himself out of something quicker, but it seems like when Dillon grabs a hold of a submission attempt, it's a quick snatch, and he's got it deep, And that type of stuff makes people give up, tap, go out, or snap, And so I'm interested to see if Anthony Taylor has the defense to deal with that type of submission game. If we see Dillon get into a little bit of a scrap. He does like to fight a little bit. I did some training with him. He was throwing some hands with me.
Yeah.
I think Dillon has a good chin. I think he can take a good shot.
We've seen it. Yeah, he took shots to the back of the head. Like you said, dude, he's okay. Yeah.
So, because I hit him with shit and he wasn't affected by it and just, jabbed me right back. And then, so to see it get deeper, it's kind of weird how they're doing it over there in Misfits. They're kind of just blowing up this MMA game just for Dillon. But it's really... It's cool to see that Dillon has an avenue because these other places aren't giving Dillon a chance to show his MMA skills. When he was in the corner for Conor McGregor versus Khabib, which was one of the greatest MMA fights in history. It was one of the biggest gates in MMA. And, he was right there training Conor for his grappling. And we all saw Conor do pretty... Now, I know Khabib beat and mauled on Conor.
Conor probably had the best performance
in the third and fourth
against Khabib.
round.
Yes.
But we saw Conor stuff a takedown, almost push Khabib over and almost got top position. Yeah, I know. I think of Vin Diesel all the time. It doesn't matter whether you win by an inch or a mile. Winning's winning, blah, blah, blah. Right, so I'm just saying.
Dude. Conor put up a fight, dude. Conor put up a
I
fight
thought he did.
against
He gave
Khabib.
Khabib
Probably
one of his best fights.
Besides, who not Abel, Francisco Trinaldo, who now fights in DBX, right? That's who I'm thinking of. Khabib went 3 rounds. He should have.
Francisco. It was not Francisco Trinaldo
Who am I thinking of?
Gave Khabib his toughest fight. Khabib's toughest fight was a Brazilian fighter.
Gleason Tebow. They look similar and they're the same age.
Yes.
Tebow. Okay, it was Tebow.
Yes.
But besides Tebow, Conor was the only one that actually you arguably maybe could have won a round. But yeah, I get what you're saying, 100%.
I mean, I guess the Gleason Tebow fight's a little bit like Gilbert Burns versus Khamzat Chimaev.
A little
bit like that. A lot of talent.
Hey,
the game
speaking
has
of
changed,
boxing
man.
this weekend, sorry, dude. Earlier you guys were talking about the clinch and boxing. Benavidez, friend of the show, has been on here. That guy's a monster, dude.
He's a dog because the guy he beat was no joke.
No.
Dude was shredded up. He's upset. He wants to get back to training and get better. Benavidez is, he puts size on. He cuts the weight. He was big as a little kid. Then he lost a bunch of weight. And he's been boxing with Gennady Golovkin since he was 15 until he was 19. Mm-hmm. Just to be 15 and 19 boxing with Triple G for that many years. Benavidez, man, shout out to him. He's doing big things. He as big as possible, really, in the boxing game. One of the top
walks people
dogs,
down like you do, bro. Like, it reminds me of when you fight. The way he's marching forward and never takes his foot off the brakes or off the gas, and dude's just a monster.
He was clinching in boxing.
Dude, like Takanori, Fry, and dude, he was just unloading, and that was sick, dude. I don't know, that dude's a monster,
That's right,
bro.
That's right. That was a good one, man, for sure. I might have pulled our guest out of there, but you know what, Anthony, you can ramble on a little bit. He was rambling on a little bit, so I just made some space for me and Mac to catch up on things. I didn't ask him about his UFC picks. We got some fights coming up. Merab Dvalishvili versus Piotr Yan. That's a good one. I'm gonna have to go Merab.
Yeah.
We got another one on the list.
Well, I'll say this. If I thought it was possible that Corey Sandhagen could catch Merab, and I think ultimately that's what we're looking for. And I love Merab. I don't want him to lose necessarily. But what's going to beat Merab is someone just catching him on the feet. And if I thought Corey Sandhagen could be the guy to catch him, it would be stupid for me to pretend Petr Yan can't. I think this could be a
Piotr's
really tight
slick
fight.
with the kickboxing. He's got good tie. He's got good trips.
Probably the
but-
best. He has some of the best striking.
But when we're talking MMA, Merab is one of these guys,
Yep.
and he fights smart. He moves when he needs to. He picks the time. He sets the pace. He picks the time when they engage, and it can either be boxing on the inside or he's going for your legs and he's going to dump you and punch you while you're getting back up. But then in this game, every time you love someone, that's when they start to struggle. Someone finds a way to figure out their style. It seems to happen all the time.
I think
The great Matt Hamill against Johnny Bones. I mean, the one-time deficit, he found a way.
he found a way. He just he put his forehead out there and said, "Just crush me, Bones."
Matt the Hammer Hamill, dude.
Oh man,
Oh, it's a trip.
that's a throwback. Okay, well the other fight is Alexandre Pantoja and Joshua Van.
Oh, yeah. I think Joshua Van is in over his head. I know he's worked his way up to this position. Pantoja has been, immovable.
Yeah,
He hasn't even flinched in the octagon. He might land a punch and then gets a position. It's over. Simple as that. Pantoja versus Van. Now Van's gonna throw some. He's got boxing, but you can't be that young and have the jiu-jitsu that Pantoja
that's
has.
gonna be the problem. He might tag him on. He might drop Pantoja into some exchanges on the feet. But the first time Pantoja gets tagged or tags him and opens up an opportunity to take him down, he's gonna take it. And I don't think Joshua Van's gonna have the
Pantoja's sharp
aptitude
too,
down
though.
there.
Pantoja's sharp too on the feet. Pantoja is sharp too on
Oh,
the
100%. That's what I mean. But it's going to take either him cracking Joshua Van, because he absolutely can, or Josh tagging him and threatening him, opening up the possibility to go to the ground. Pantoja's going to take advantage of that, go to the ground, and then his toolbox is too deep down there, I think. So, yeah, I agree. And then
Heard
Henry
that.
Cejudo and Peyton Talbot.
Yes.
Weird fight.
Yeah. It's a weird one. Shout out to Triple H coming back, man. Triple C.
Triple C.
It was a joke.
Triple H, he's the wrestler.
I know. I was joking.
Yeah.
But Triple Henry Cejudo. Coming back again, man. Since seeing him on Rampage's stream. Heard he got in trouble for that. Calling him out here a little bit. But, Cejudo's coming back in the mix. When's O'Malley coming back in the mix? O'Malley's just training, or is he just
Yeah,
chilling?
O'Malley hasn't. I think he's talking about fighting. I think he said something about maybe Sandhagen
At 135 or 125?
at 135. I'll check. I'll see if there's any rumors.
He's moving up. Or he was always at 35. That's right.
He was always at 135.
That's right. He wasn't 25. I'm sorry. I guess confusing there. Aljamain Sterling went up to 145, and he has looked good since moving up over there. He's had, I think, 2 tough fights at 145, and he did great.
Yeah, Sterling. Yeah, Sterling can look really good at 145.
Just
I don't
his
see
last-
anything about future, like a upcoming fight for O'Malley. I think he's
Right.
kind of chilling.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
It
Brian
might be
Ortega.
time
Yeah,
for
Sterling just
Platinum
beat
to do
Ortega.
some of that, man. I've been chilling though. Man, I went to training yesterday, man. I left a little tweet, but people probably don't get what I say because I be real discreet in how I mention, and then damn dog, I was so tired so fast. Coach is all right, you throw 2 shots and then you defend 2 shots. You throw 2 shots and then you defend 2 shots. So we did that for 3 to 5 minutes. Just 1, 2, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then or to the body or jab, jab, or just 2 shots, and it was back and forth. And I'm getting exhausted, and then he has us do another round, and he's all right, you take him down, and then he gets up and then puts you on the wall, and then he takes you down, and then vice versa, and you just keep going. 3 to 5 minutes. Bro, my back was done for, too. I was totally done. 2 rounds. Like, I did a little bit more before that, a little bit warming up, but then, like, damn, bro, I was so gassed out in 10 minutes. My back was done for. I'm like, I gotta start lifting weights, building up strength. I gotta get to work, man. It's tough.
What's one, like, training strategy or, like, exercise, anything that is just you think is full cap, just like that people do? And it's like just a complete waste of time, or it's gonna hurt you, anything like that. Like, what's the dumbest training thing you see people do?
Probably they throw the balls at you and you slip it on.
Yeah.
Bury it, slip it on the ball. Throw the balls is dumb. That's dumb. But, like, there's millions of ways, like my coach is a really smart guy when it comes to, I hate it though. I like basic, but maybe that's because that's not what we're doing, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm like, when we're doing something all extra, I'm like, bro, can I just shadow box for 5 rounds in the ring, and then we do some jump rope, and then I hit the bag, and then that's boxing. You know what I mean? But like, a lot of coaches do things to help keep your mind fresh on doing a new hand-eye coordination with different type of little silly miscellaneous exercises. Yeah. It keeps it fresh. It keeps your mind thinking. I get that. That's a part of the science to these workouts. But all that stuff, there's an example right there. It's like I said, it's like I want to get in the ring, I want to shadow box and stretch out, warm up, loosen up, start sweating from shadow boxing, moving around the ring, and then put my gloves on, do some mitts, do some bag work, then do speed bag, then do jump rope or double end bag, and then jump rope or whatever, and then abs. And then you're good. That's an old school boxing workout the way I see it. Or, you got to cut some wood. Do some wood chopping. Bryce Mitchell actually does a bunch of wood chopping.
Yep.
So whatever you got to do to stay fit. All right. One of the legends of boxing, Andre Berto in the house, man.
What's going on,
recently commentated DBX4. What's up, champ? How you doing?
What's going on, my man? What's happening? Everything good, man. Can't complain. We here, man. Everything's been all good,
thanks
brother.
for stopping by, brother. It's good to see you.
I'm definitely good to see you, too.
Yeah, man, speaking of DBX, let's get right into that. With your talents, you fought Floyd Mayweather. You gave him one of his best fights. You had over 30 wins in the professional boxing ring, and you kind of left that sport with your head still on your shoulders, still intact. Sure. A lot of fighters don't necessarily accomplish that.
Yeah. For sure.
What do you think about dirty boxing, and how do you think you would do competing in that?
Man, you know what? I like dirty boxing, man. I think at first when, Milky brought it to me, I didn't really understand the concept too much. You know what I mean? Like, but at the end of the day, like, when it comes to me, which a lot of people, I don't know if they know, like, I come from the MMA background, right? Like, my dad, he fought in UFC 3, and my brothers there. I mean, like, all of them, they've been in mixed martial arts. My older brother, he fought in the Battle Tour, and I got another brother that's a national wrestling champion, and, I got little sisters, they're national judo champions. So I come from that. I come from that background. I was the only boxer in the family. So, I wasn't really a stranger to a lot of the different type of fighting, but this is a little different for me. You know what I mean? Like, Melky had to really try to break it down to me. And then it wasn't until I really, got a chance to come and see it, to really understand it and really see the rules and see what was going on. And like, for me, man, I think I love it because it really takes all of the boring, elements, out of boxing, and all the boring elements, out of the mixed martial arts, like the UFC type of stuff when it comes to the grappling and things of that nature. And when it comes to boxing, now they're really taking the clinching and all that stuff about it. So you gotta have action all the time.
Right.
You gotta have action all the time. So just pretty much every show that I've been to, it's just nasty. Knockouts all night. It's been looking crazy.
What do you think is the best attribute between boxing and Muay Thai going into dirty boxing? What would you want more for a fighter to have for success?
You know what, man? The funny thing about it, man, I know they have the boxing element and also have like the elbows. And that's the thing with us as as pro boxers. Of course, we can't throw them in a fight, but I've been in certain like sparring sessions, and we're in the clinches, and we do a lot of that too. You know what I'm saying? We got that, we got that stuff moving in there too. So, I really like that aspect of it, and I really think, and I've been telling a lot of guys this, I really think that you're going to see more boxers. Once they come to, either to the end of their career or once they really get pushed out of the elite level on the boxing side, I could really see them merging into dirty boxing. I believe that they'll be up to doing that before they do like a bare knuckle or something like that. You know what I mean? I can see them doing it because it's not too far from what we do. Just smaller gloves, and of course, if we just putting the elbows in. So at the end of the day, I think we're gonna be at home.
It makes a lot of sense.
Make a lot of sense.
So, I actually had notes on you. I didn't know that all your family did all those different sports and MMA, and that you were the only boxer. But I heard that you were you were in talks with the UFC. You were possibly looking to become the first and only champion fighter in boxing and champion in mixed martial arts. How did I guess because it was a family thing for you. What happened down that road in talks with Dana White? And
that was always a conversation, man. I've known Dana White for a very long time. Like I said, just because the family has been in the space for a long time. Me and Dana used to always go back and forth about that a lot. And I used to always feel like, okay, I might go ahead and try to make that happen. Just because it's never been done before. And I don't know, man. I think I was just too heavy into my boxing career, and of course, we just make so much money on that side. So I didn't want to. I didn't know when would be the right time to even try to make that make that switch. Now I'm 40 years old now, so I'm like, it's a little too late. It's a little too late. I don't want 2 world titles. I made a lot of money. I'm looking at a lot of these guys in the UFC. I'm like, I think I'm good. So I kind of, but it was definitely like I said, it was definitely in the talks, for a lot of years.
So do you have a little wrestling pedigree?
Yeah,
Tifa Crawford is known for some wrestling.
Yeah. Like with Bud. He's definitely a wrestler. His little sons, I think they're like, national wrestling champions too. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah, so me, I'm more into like the grappling aspect. Like when we were, coming up in the house, my dad sees us in, the living room, watching TV too long. All right, y'all, turn that TV off, turn it off, move the couches. Wasn't y'all rolling for 2 hours? You know what I mean? Like he just always just had. That was, we always just had to be active in some type of way. We get in trouble at school, 500 push-ups, 500 squats before you go to school in the morning. If he's getting ready for, a certain competition, growing up, he used to spend a lot of time over in Japan, fighting in the Pancrase organization. And,
oh, wow.
And I used to just have to, watch him on a regular basis. Or I used to hold pads for him. Or he'll just be sitting in the kitchen and he'll get a needle and he's poking on his shins and rubbing lemon on him just to make sure. It was crazy. Crazy.
That's something. Yo, that's
Yeah,
so
crazy
cool,
shit.
man. That's
Yeah,
really good
that's-
information.
That's
I
crazy.
mean, I've been thinking about getting my son teachings, and my wife is like, when are we gonna put him in jiu-jitsu? And I was like, I look at Benavidez's son with his
Yeah.
boxing skills. They're exactly the
said-
same age.
I say that about my son too. Every
And
time I
I'm
see
like, I want to
Benavidez
get him in
son-
boxing.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want him to have the boxing movement to knock people out and move real good. But
Yeah.
it's like with guys like Bud and everything you're saying, you got to have some self-defense all around. Got to learn the grappling, the wrestling, the techniques of all of the martial arts.
You have to, man. I think, and I say that about my son all the time too. I seen, Benavidez. Of course, I know Benavidez for a while, but every time I see his son, I be looking like, man, damn, I need to get my little. Yeah, he always, little man be working, and I be looking at my boy. I'm like, man, you got life too good. We gotta throw you in the gym in a minute, man. We gotta throw you in the gym. So I'm gonna wait till you get about 5 years old. And it's almost time. I'm trying to throw him up in there. He gotta have it, bro. He gotta have it.
Yeah, we got to get him on it. I got to get my boy on it, man. Get him in some jiu-jitsu, get him in some boxing. I know Benavidez's son got to be in the gym with him the whole time he's there.
All the time. Every time I see him trained out of my his son is right there in the gym. So if he's sitting there watching it all the time, it's the only thing he knows, bro. I mean, same thing with me. Because I was growing up seeing my pops training all the time. So, I mean, that's the only thing I knew.
That's the next step. I got to get mine in there. I got to get back in there. I've been enjoying being lazy. I was just telling Mac I hurt my back the other day training. My first day back training, my back tight.
Now you been cooler, man. You had a hell of a performance the last go against another pit bull.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, sir.
You made it. And you made it happen, man. So you deserve some time, man, to chill. Cause that better not.
He put up a good. I mean, he took some damage. He hit me in the first round. Really, I mean, he hit me throughout the fight, but it was just one right hand, and then it was like he took damage from me. My hands might still hurt from that.
That's crazy.
That bare knuckle is different. Before I fought him, usually when I hit guys, that'd be it. When I hit him good.
Yeah.
Jeremy took some good shots. He showed that he had 40 professional UFC fights. And I got to see that out of him and take it into deep waters. So
that's crazy. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate that compliment from you.
I ain't gonna lie to you. That bare knuckle
Would you rather rematch Floyd Mayweather in bare knuckle or in dirty boxing?
Probably into. I mean, either one of them, man, to be honest. Probably, you know what I'm saying? Because I got a little bit more to me. Floyd like to run around and try to box and try to look off. I want to be able to grab. I want to be able to hit him with some. I want to be able to hit him with some, with some other. So either one, to be honest, either one. You know what I mean? I think with him, just being able to fight him, man, he's just so comfortable in the boxing ring, and that's one thing about I tell a lot of people, bro. Like Floyd he talks a lot. But I know you for real. Like I've known Floyd since I was 16. I know you really not like that. You understand what I'm saying? Like when I say that, like if we're in a bar somewhere, I know you not like that for real. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to that boxing ring, and you got all that safety around you, and all you have to do is look slick and just, do all this little slick, get away with it. It's a whole different situation, bro. It's a whole different situation. If I grab you,
one of the best ever.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the best at what he does, man. He's definitely one of the best at what he does. You know what I mean?
That was another fight we had. Mac was another fight pick was a fight that's coming up. I mean, there's two big boxing matches coming up. Floyd Mayweather is fighting Mike Tyson.
Tyson. I heard about that.
And then Jake Paul is fighting Anthony Joshua. If we could get your opinion on these two matchups, I mean, that would be great. Those are crazy.
Floyd and Tyson, man. I mean, we already see what type of Tyson we're going to get. Yeah. You obviously seen the fight with him and Jake Paul. and
But the size difference.
Yeah, it don't matter, bro. It don't matter. I mean, Tyson, my man's almost 60 years old. He tired. I mean, he's tired, and that's the crazy thing about it is like just me watching the build up with him and Jake, all through the promotion. They're trying to sell a 25-year-old Mike Tyson to the public.
Yeah.
You understand? Showing all these clips and all this. Mike's 60, bro, and that's what you got. You got your 6-year-old Mike Tyson, and and Floyd, man, I said he still stays in good shape. I think you're going to see the same type of situation. Just going to try to outbox him, move around him, and make him look old like Jake did. You know what I'm saying? So
I mean,
so I don't
Floyd's
really think
getting
too
up
much
there
about
in age, but we always see training videos of him just moving. He just moves
Yeah.
too fast for everybody.
And that's it, man. Floyd, he always going to stay in shape, though. I think recently I just seen him down in Miami. Always just staying in shape, man. He's always running. He's always doing this and doing that. I've been seeing some of his little exhibitions, too. He's still sharp for his age, too, man. And I don't know what he on.
Before we get to the Jake Paul Joshua fight, I want to talk about what fighters need to be doing outside of the ring in order to not have to fight when they're 60. What should Mike Tyson have done so he's just not having to take these fights, or he's just bored and he wants to take these?
I mean, at the end of the day, man, you see a lot of cats, like us, we come from the inner city, and we ain't never had nothing. So as soon as you give, a guy like Tyson or a guy like me or a lot of other guys, that first big check, that's something that you ain't never seen before that can change your family's life, change your friends. They don't have the understanding that one day go away. You understand what I'm saying? So, one good thing with me, man, I had some good people around me early. I had some real stars come out of my area where I grew up at. My boy Tracy McGrady, Amari Stoudemire, these guys that were huge NBA stars, but good friends of mine. And I was able to, they were able to see me coming up and they knew I was going to be next up. So, they did what big brothers do. They kind of set me up with their financial advisors and blase. And I really wanted to, try to learn the game because I got a chance to see it, my whole life, seeing a lot of fighters just go broke and stuff. And I come from nothing, you know what I'm saying? So I wanted to try to change that.
Was that hard for you back then when you got that big check and you were like, I need to make the right decisions?
Yeah.
And then you talked with those financial advisors and they said, hey, give me $850,000 of it. And you was like, damn, for real, I'm gonna take that? Or were you like, yeah, this is the right choice?
Yeah, you know what? I come from, like I say, my parents, man, they're from Haiti, bro. And so my beginnings were really humble. You know what I mean? So when I really knew that I had a chance to really change my family situation, even though I still lived a good life, some checks start coming, but the main thing in my head, it was like, okay, I can't up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the guy, and I got the opportunity to really change this situation up, and I can't up. You understand what I'm saying? So, so I really, really took a lot of pride in trying to learn everything I can learn with my business advisors. They used to be astonished with me, like, man, you're so young, but you really like sitting in these meetings, like really trying to learn, but it was just basically, not just for me, just for the family. I just couldn't look at myself again. So that's what it was for me, man. And just every time I got paid, that's where the money first went. 401ks, retirement, investment properties, Okay, whatever we got left, I could play with. That's me. But everything else, make sure it goes here. Don't touch it. This right here, what I can play with. You understand what I'm saying?
I'm taking notes. I'm taking notes.
So that's what I had to rock with, especially after I had to pay my first big tax bill. I knew it wasn't no game, so I had to stay sharp with it. Crazy.
Uncle Sam, boy, he got me crying today.
Yeah, he gonna be on your ass, boy. He does not play.
And I'm, that's why I call it out. I went on Twitter and told everybody what my tax bill was.
You told him?
Oh, you gonna get audited? I said, come on, I'm gonna get clout. If I'm gonna pay this much to Uncle Sam, I'm gonna get clout out of it.
I'm gonna get clout.
Hey, look how much I'm paying.
Yeah, you know how much I'm making.
Yeah,
We
Jake
lit,
Paul
dude.
living in Puerto Rico 6 months out of the year to save on his taxes.
Yeah, man, you gotta do them tricks.
He gonna
bro.
need it, getting $100 million to fight Anthony Joshua, and he might be
That's
crippled
crazy.
after. What do you think about that matchup, and how do you think it's
Golly,
gonna
man.
go?
Man, you know what, man? Just us in the boxing fraternity, all of us, we're pretty close, I believe, when it comes to like this real boxing fraternity of people and of fighters. We think Anthony Joshua is a great fighter. Of course, you know, we expect, which he should, you know, go in here and, you know, clean Jake out, to be honest. That's what he's supposed to do. But, you know, he's had some shaky, you know, situations his last few fights. He did get clipped his last fight, and I think that's what, you know, Jake's, you know, team is banking off of. I know he has a good team. You know, I know all the guys that train with him. I know a lot of coaches. He got the money. He's paying for the best. That's strength conditioning guys. I know my man, you know, Jay Leon and a few other guys. He's trying to bring in the best sparring partners, and I think that's what they're banking on. They're like, listen, man, Jake got a brick of a right hand, which he does. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jake definitely has a brick of a right hand, and he's been training now for the last couple of years, and I think that's what he's banking on to try to clip him. To try to clip him out.
That's actually a really interesting concept, how you broke that down, how
Yeah.
you gave some insights and what you thought from a boxing perspective. Very
Yeah.
high level, world-class boxing perspective. So
For sure.
from a top boxer like Andre Berto saying, you know, Jake's got a good shot here at shocking us all against Anthony Joshua.
He could. I mean,
Well, that's like been my main question. Like, what is it why is Jake doing this? And like, what is it his team sees that they
Yeah.
might think that this is a good idea? So it sounds like just sniping a right hand, and they must trust his chin enough to be able to
Yeah.
at least give him a shot to land that.
Yeah, that's what they on, man. I think, I mean, of course, his last fight, he got knocked out, you know, by Dubois. A few other fights before then, you know, he got shook up again. He fought, you know, Ruiz. He got knocked out. You know, so us in this boxing fraternity, we know.
Was that Joshua's last fight? Was Dubois Joshua's last
yeah,
fight?
Dubois, yeah.
Or no,
Yeah,
he
that's a-
fought Joshua and then he fought Dubois and then he fought Ngannou?
No,
Or he
I
fought
think,
Ngannou and then he fought
I'll
Dubois?
double check real quick.
I think he
think
fought.
his last fight might have been
his last
Ngannou.
fight.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
You
Oh,
think so?
Dubois was
I don't
his last-
think so. Yeah, I think
Maybe I'm
Dubois
wrong,
was his
I'm
last fight.
Okay.
Let me see. I think it's his last fight was Dubois. Because I think he lost.
And the only one who
before
did
Ngannou.
anything to Dubois was
was
Alexander
Usyk. Well, Usyk just knocked Dubois out.
Usyk. Right.
Yeah, Usyk just knocked
Yeah,
Dubois
his
out.
last fight was the loss to Dubois. Yeah.
Yeah, Dubois.
And then it was Francis Ngannou.
Yes. So that's what they banking on. So that's what
It
they
was
banking
Francis
on.
before Dubois? Is that what you said, man?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so they banking on that, man. They banking on him coming in, still don't really have no punch resistance from that fight. They banking on him not really having the confidence of coming off of that knockout, walking in there, and thinking that is sweet. So they really banking on the fact that they may be able to clip him in, and he ain't all the way back right yet.
Even
to be
still,
honest.
looking at the face off, I'm like, you know what, man? I tried to be this guy that was like, I'll at anyone. And like almost even bare knuckle. I'm like, bare knuckle, I have a chance against anyone, maybe.
Yeah.
But then I look at Joshua and I'm like, I would not accept that fight against Joshua. And
Well,
Jake
he
is
not-
fighting Joshua.
The way he fought Ngannou, bro, if he hits Jake with that shot that he hit Ngannou with, it's over. It's
But
over.
you gave really good insights on like
Yeah.
his Dubois fight. Jake was facing off with Dubois not too long ago. I think he was
Really?
even calling the shot against Dubois before he lost to Usyk.
Really?
And then he did a face off with Usyk
Oh, he did.
overseas. So
Yeah.
So shout out to Jake, man. Jake, I just want to say, because
This a
Jake
big
gives me
step
out
for
here
Jake,
saying,
bro.
hopefully it's karma. You know, Jake, he punched me a little bit, and I got to work a little harder. But you know, I'm like, maybe Joshua clean his clock, and it'll be
He's
fun to watch.
supposed to, bro. He's supposed to, bro. He's a big dude, 6'6". He has boxing skill. He has power.
Sometimes the bigger they are, the harder they fall.
Yeah, you're right, man. So I guess we're gonna. This the intriguing thing about it. That's where everybody gonna be tuning in. Netflix,
That's pretty
cutting the
crazy,
check.
man. Big fights coming in the boxing world. And, you know, another big fight coming at the beginning of 2026 for Dirty Boxing Championships. I really appreciated your commentary at DBX4, man. It was great to hear the mind of a great boxer like yourself. And I really appreciate you coming on the show today, man, and having a chat with us.
Definitely, man. I appreciate it, man. I see, DBX, of course, having a big future in 2026. I mean, it's something new, it's something fresh. And I think it's definitely gonna catch the wave, man. It's really gonna, really make a lot of noise next year for sure. So I'll definitely be back.
Hey,
Can I toss
entertainment
two quick
game, it's an
questions in?
exciting show. So,
Yeah, for
please,
sure.
Matt.
Go ahead.
Matt
Okay,
got
so you were talking about, and obviously huge fan.
Appreciate it.
But you were
Appreciate it.
talking about going to the UFC and all this stuff. I'm just curious, did James Toney's attempt have anything? What'd you think about that? Because obviously
That's crazy.
James Toney
Yeah.
didn't think it's real. What was your thoughts on that fight?
James, that fight looked so crazy, man. James, the thing with James, I just didn't think he just didn't have the knowledge. Like I said, I grew up in the space.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I knew what time it was, seeing all of that from back in the day. I used to see, Ken Shamrock, Frank Shamrock, Maurice Smith, all these guys. We used to even be around these guys, when my dad them were training down here in Miami. You know what I'm saying? So I got a chance to see it, up close, and I knew, how difficult that it could be for a boxer. You understand what I'm saying? But it seemed like James didn't have no clue. He thought he was going to just walk in there and just knock somebody out with his hands. And,
like wrestling was a choice.
Yeah. And I think what's his name was Randy Couture he fought, right?
Randy Couture, yep.
Yeah, Randy just took him
little
down.
ankle pick.
Took him down with a quick ankle pick. And James folded up so fast, bro. I'm like, oh my God. So that when it comes to boxers, man, I think the main excuse, like I said, we always use every time there's some questions about, they don't get paid enough. We ain't doing it. That's about it, but it's a whole different world, man, for sure.
Well, it's only the top 5 boxers getting paid.
Yeah, and that's the thing, man. I mean, really ain't that many guys out here getting paid like I said, we're making money, but it's really just the top guys really getting that paper, man. To be honest.
Okay, last one. Bro. I've been my girlfriend had never seen Rocky before. She had never seen any boxing movies, and I couldn't believe it. So I showed her Rocky. But I'm curious, from you, perfect person to talk to, what's the best boxing movie of all time, in your opinion?
Man, I hate all of them. I can't lie to you.
Really? Because I hate MMA movies.
That's a real fighter's answer.
Yeah, I hate all of them, man. When I love the story when it comes to Rocky. And I think Rocky's probably the best story aspect. I love all the Rockies, like the story aspect, but all the other is crazy. It's just hard for me to watch. I can't. The fake punches and
it's bad. It's bad.
Nigga taking 6-7 hooks, 6-7 hooks in a row
with their hands in their sides, just standing there. Yeah,
I don't mind Rocky too much because I feel like that's how I be fighting. I be getting hit and then I'm just
But still, bro, you can take 6 of them in a row. They come back like that's crazy. That's crazy. I really don't
Have
like
you seen
man.
Ip Man or Ung Bak?
Ung Bak, who's that?
Ung Bak, the Thai warrior. You never saw that one?
No, I ain't never seen
Tony
that.
Jaa.
No, I ain't never seen
You
that.
never seen Ip Man with the Wing Chun?
I don't know who Ip Man is, bro.
You're not big on the move. Well, look, Mike Tyson was in Ip Man 3 or 4.
Really?
Yeah, and he was like blocking kicks. Mike Tyson was blocking
Mike
kicks.
Tyson was?
Yeah.
In a real movie?
Like Ip Man stood up on the table in the factory and was kicking, and Mike Tyson block it and throw a hook back.
The real Mike Tyson?
Yes, bro.
Oh, I need to watch. Let me write that
You
down.
gotta check out Ip Man. I'll send it to you on IG.
Ip Man. I gotta watch it.
Yeah, IP Man. IP.
Oh, IP Man?
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I ain't never heard of that. That's crazy.
Well,
Yeah.
enjoy movie night, man.
For sure. I got you, man.
Thanks so
Appreciate
much
you
for
guys
your
having
time,
me.
Berto. It's a pleasure
Yes,
to talk
sir.
with you, sir. It's an honor
Always,
to
my
talk
man.
with you.
Appreciate you, my man. Appreciate y'all for having me.
Thanks, brother.
Thank you
See you
again.
around.
Yes, sir.
Big dog, man. Andre Berto got a great mind. It was great to get his idea of the Jake Paul Anthony Joshua fight. He was the first person I spoke to that actually gave an idea as to why Jake's gonna win this fight.
Like, we just tried to get that out of Anthony Taylor. I know they're not the same, obviously, but like, we just tried to get that exact answer. What is it that they might be
Berto's a
seeing?
smart guy.
Berto, he was already on
One of
it,
the best fights Mayweather ever was up against. Obviously, you know, Mayweather won a decision there. That's Mayweather. But, you know, Berto stood his ground, and, you know, obviously you can see how he uses his mind in the fight game. And he broke down why he thinks Jake can win that fight. He wasn't against it.
Super interesting.
So that's really interesting. You know, let us know what you guys think about Andre Berto's comments on the Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua fight. So many people out there thought Joshua should clean the clock. And then, you know, Berto put the timestamps together. He's like, you know, he fought Ngannou, then he fought Dubois, got beat. Jake's team sees that, and they see an opportunity there for Jake to stick and move, box around, and land a big sniper shot at some point, or a couple of them. Interesting stuff, man.
I'm with you, though. I almost forgot. I felt like Ngannou was his last fight, but then...
Yeah.
But
It's like
that's
the way they
what
put
AJ
highlights
does.
out there. That's
Yeah,
the way
AJ
they want
does
to make you
something
think.
great. He looks like he's supposed to, and then he loses again.
They want to make you think things are one way.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, it's cool to see and talk with someone who kind of can see things for what they are. My ass is always caught up in the drama and the limelight, and I'm too easy to fool. I'm too easy to manipulate. And someone like Berto, I mean, he's just very like focused on kind of the facts.
Well, I think, dude, just like the top boxers like him, like boxing legends like him, have just like a different aura, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it. but
No, I get that. I mean,
they're legends.
And
like,
then
that's
there's
a legend
yes,
right there.
they say this thing. They say there's levels to this.
Yeah.
And it's so true. There's so many levels. I've tried to get up on levels, you know, but I have this toughness level that has helped me with bare knuckle boxing. And, you know, in my MMA fights, you know, I put on good shows, but now I got to get smarter. I better start reading books or something. I bet Andre reads books. I'm going to ask him what book he reads. He going to go watch IP Man, though.
I need to watch it. I've never seen it either.
Ip Man 3, I think it was Ip Man 3, Mike Tyson. He was fighting Mike Tyson in the movie. It's pretty good. But, oh, man, well, good one today, man. It really was. These guys came, had some insights for us on. I mean, the fight game is just so scattered. We got Misfits, boxing and MMA. Misfits puts on some big shows. They got big crowds. The UK fan base really likes that stuff, and now they're making headlines with Andrew Tate being CEO. I mean, it was headlines when what's the old CEO's name?
Oh, dude, I forget.
With the dreads and the big forehead?
KSI?
KSI. He was the old CEO. You know, they had headlines there. And then we got MVP, Most Valuable Promotions, Jake Paul doing big fights. And we got Dirty Boxing doing big fights. We got BKFC doing big fights. And we got UFC. It's just like the ordinary. It's like, I mean, it's spectacular. But that's our every weekend. We just know that the UFC is going to be on. We watch, and then we'll get one or two really good ones. Sometimes more.
UFC's
for
the
sure.
bottom
Those
bitch.
guys put on. Those guys. It's all on the fighters. You know what I mean? The promotions make the most out of it because they got to get there so that they can give you the show. But then these fighters are the ones putting on the show, man. They put all their effort into the training, and they actually show up, and they want to win. They want to be great and get the most out of it. And, shout out to the fighters, man. It's always been the guys who in the arena. What's that great? Was it Theodore Roosevelt said it? I don't know. Is that great thing about the man in the arena?
That sounds like something Teddy would say. Teddy was a badass.
Teddy Roosevelt, Theodore Roosevelt, whichever is.
Yeah.
But somebody said, the ones marred by dust and sweat and blood, and the man in the arena, the credit goes to him. It's a quote. There's a long saying about it. Some of our fans might know it, but man. Thank you, everybody, for watching.
The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again. Because there is no effort without error and shortcoming. But who does actually strive to do the deeds? Who knows great enthusiasms? Now, who said it? Yeah, it was Theodore Roosevelt. Attaboy, Mike. Damn.
Boom, the man in
Nailed
the
it.
arena. Well, there you go. There's your motivation this week. There's your inspiration. Keep inspiring us. The fight game keeps inspiring us. I want to do better. I want to give more. I want to give back. I know Mac Malley knows his facts. He gets a lot of things right. We all make mistakes. I definitely do. Every time I get up here, I make a mistake. But, we all enjoy getting to talk about this game. And, I'm grateful that I got to be in a lot of this game. I feel like I honestly accomplished so much in this game, and at this point, it's like the next paycheck, I'll just need that paycheck to have another few more years. But for now, I'm chilling. I gotta get back on the focus of it's best for my health, my mental health, my mentality, my physical conditioning, my health, and like I said that already, but it's 2 times. It's just true, like my organ health and all these things. So, I got to get back on that, get back on a diet, and outside of having a competition, and live strong to be free and enjoy the most out of your life. I think you get that through being in shape and, being ready for anything that may come. So stay ready, stay prepared. And as always, thank you for watching Overdogs Podcast.
Yeah, Mike.
Cheers, brother.